Hello. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Flick's Take. We are very close to the New Year's. We've just had a very, very great Christmas. I hope you guys had a great Christmas, a Merry Christmas. I know, there's been a curfew and there's not much to party these days, but today we have a very, very special guest who's just joined us, and we are very excited to have him with us because with him we can. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for coming, Cyrus. Thank
Hi,
you.
am I audible?
Yes, you are. You are audible.
Wow, all right.
So first time we're going to be talking to a DJ, not dancing to his tunes.
Yeah, I've been doing a few interviews during lockdown because there hasn't been much dancing or DJing either. So, yeah. But I'm really excited and I really love these online interviews.
Good for us. Good for us. So you know,
See, this is the very first time we as DJs are getting an opportunity to actually speak out and tell the people everything about what we do as DJs and what we
yeah,
go through during this time.
exactly, exactly. I mean, you guys seem so, like so far away, and we're like, oh my God, the DJ console, and we're not supposed to go there and not supposed to touch and all. So let alone talk to you guys because, there's a little bit of an intrigue to, being a DJ. Like we feel that,
Right.
you are like, doing your thing and let us not disturb you. And today you're like right in front of us, answering all our questions and interacting with the audience also. So shall we begin?
Surely. Looking forward to it.
Yes. So, from what little I know about of you, Cyrus, you started from, you learned from observation, like from the scratch. You were setting up equipment, you were setting up the drums, and, literally like observing and learning. And of course, the drums is what sets you apart. So how were the early days of, starting out as a DJ?
See, I would not call it a struggle for me because honestly, I love doing it, and I enjoyed the whole journey of it maybe carrying speakers or carrying heavy weights and setting up the setup for weddings or whatever events or corporate events. But for me, it was something I love doing, so I never thought of it as a struggle. Um so when you enjoy doing something, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But eventually, then there is one issue is the financial, the financial situation, because back in those days, there was not a lot of money. There was barely $100 a day. That was what we made, and we
Back
would
in the
not
day,
even get. Yeah, yeah. This is 20 years ago.
20
So
years.
somewhere in the early 2000s, 1999, 2000, somewhere around that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. I know. So where was your first gig, Cyrus?
Honestly, my first gig was a wedding. It was a
Oh,
Catholic wedding. Yeah, and I messed up the whole show. I wasn't prepared for it, and the person who sent me, I told him, see, Catholic weddings, you require certain kind of music to make that happen. And I was not well equipped, so that guy said, just go and play. It doesn't matter. And it was the DJ's wedding only. So the groom, no, he was like very cool. Don't worry, man. You're doing a great job. Rock it. And then see, initially in a Catholic wedding, there are certain formalities where you have to play congratulations and certain songs have to be played, which I didn't have. But eventually, you got to play the dance music, which I had a lot of it. So when it came to the dancing part, I really rocked it. And back in the day, technology in terms of the equipment was not great. It was very old school and so it was difficult to DJ in those days. But see, since we have been working, and seeing other DJs do it, I managed to pull it off. And then my journey began, and then I don't even remember how many shows I did after that. And just immediately after I did that, I was working. I used to do odd jobs, carry speakers and set up the lights and stuff like
yes,
that.
yes.
So one evening it was Christmas, and the DJ who was supposed to be performing for that event didn't turn up because I guess he was drunk somewhere. So he didn't land up for the event. And So
So
my seniors knew I have this DJing ka kida. So they're like, Cyrus, we have no option today. You are going to play the music.
wow.
And this was at a very reputed five-star hotel, you know.
Okay.
So I took to the stage and I just did what I do naturally, you know.
Ex-
And my bosses were so overwhelmed. They are like, bro, you're killing it and stuff like that. Have a shot of tequila for my end, and you know,
Wow.
from that day, then there was no looking back, you know. But I still continued doing the hard labor, carrying the speakers and all. But I used to carry speakers, do the light setup, and then dress up into DJ kind of clothes, and then DJ also. So my pay scale was a little increased, and from $100 I started making maybe 300 rupees. But that was a little
Worked out.
push for me, you know.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So Cyrus, your could you increase your volume? I'm not sure if it's like
Okay.
full. Little
All
bit.
right. All right. All
So
right.
we need a little bit of a more volume to your.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I know people are, Brian. Brian is saying such a talented guy, and I think somebody just mentioned that you started your career as a dancer. Is
Yeah, that's true. And me and
yeah, yeah.
Brian, we used to dance on the stage, you know. Everywhere we got an opportunity, we both used to do our stuff, you know, like Michael Jackson stuff and
Oh
all. So
wow.
so dancing was always something very important and close. Music, basically, you know, whereas listening to music, dancing to it,
Yeah.
or whatever was very close to my heart at a very early stage in my life. So we used to dance for petty money, you know, for barely any money, 200, $300 again. So me and my friend Brian, we used to go and do that, you know.
What
And
story? Fun. Though, I mean, of
uh,
course, at that time it was probably a
yeah,
struggle, but when you look back, it's a great time that, your initial years, that's what sets the foundation. Wonderful. So you're an
yeah,
all-round entertainer.
yeah, yeah. I try to do my best. I always like to be in the limelight,
Yeah,
for the right reasons
right.
also.
Of course. Of course. So,
Yeah.
it's like एक माइंड में आता है कि इसमें क्या है like डाउनलोड कर दो म्यूजिक अपनी प्लेलिस्ट बनाओ and then you're a DJ like that's what I mean there's a lot of like I said a lot of intrigue so what all goes into making your signature playlist and which is your most favorite music category.
See, personally, I like a lot of music. In It has different genres involved in that. You know, it could be
Right.
old school hip hop because old school music is what I've born listening to and what I've born dancing to. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that music always has a very special place for me in my heart. And then I like techno, I like house, I like all sorts of music. But when I'm performing as an artist, I never play music for myself. I'm always playing music for the people. So that's a very different thing that DJs and musicians should understand, you know. So to create an impact on the audience is you make sure that you give them what they like, you know, and cater to them, entertain them, because that's what your job is. It's not
Yeah.
to play stuff that you personally like, because it's not necessary. If you like something, the audience will also like it.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So
So
maybe one or two tracks that I personally like, and
yeah.
maybe the audience might have not heard of, then I introduce that, you know, and then I create my own style and
Yeah.
uniqueness in that.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. Yeah.
So you're doing a lot of research of musicians and new artists and new kind of music that's kind of coming up these days.
See, this is one of the most difficult parts
Yeah.
of DJing.
Yeah.
Learning different sorts of artists, music styles, genres, and you got to really do a lot of homework with regards to this. So a lot of new DJs, they don't have knowledge of the yesteryears,
Yeah.
like artists like Madonna, Michael Jackson, or even you could say
My
Kishore Kumar,
yeah.
Mohammad Rafi. All these
Yeah.
guys, see, all these guys have very important elements in their music, which if you actually go to see, those elements are still used in today's new generation music. When it comes to Bollywood, if you see today, most of the songs that are being released in movies are just remakes of the old songs.
Yes.
I don't know whether it's lack of creativity in the industry or what, but that is what is being used today. So you can see how important the older stuff is. So as a DJ, as an artist, you should know the older music, the older stuff, the older kind of patterns that were created by musicians and directors. So that's a very important thing. And even the new stuff you have to keep researching on. Nowadays you have the internet, so it becomes
Yes.
very easy. You know,
Yeah.
20 years back we were not so fortunate enough to have internet and even computers. So it was so difficult for us to get any sort of music.
Yeah. But you really have a signature style. Your music is very different. First time I went to a New Year party, it was at Bombay Cocktail Bar, and of course,
Right,
the best was what we'll save for the effort at the end of this session. But the
right.
music was absolutely incredible, and I just did not sit down even for like a second when you started playing. So
See,
your
that's the whole idea. When I perform, I make sure that even if there are 20 people in the nightclub, whether it
Yeah.
is 20 people or let it be 2,000 people or 20,000 people, my whole idea is to make everybody dance, entertain everybody. Only then I feel very successful. Even if I see a couple of people sitting down, I feel very bad. I feel like maybe I'm not doing enough to
Yeah.
entertain them. And sometimes I just go up on the mic and I ask them, "Hey, you guys, is there something wrong? Why aren't you guys dancing?" I do spontaneous stuff like that, and I'm very, very
Yeah.
spontaneous on the
Oh,
microphone. So yeah,
so you make everybody dance to your tunes, Cyrus. What makes you
it
dance?
sounds it sounds
Who
so
makes
nice,
you
right?
dance to their tunes? Your wife?
Uh, I wish I could say
Your
that, but
wife,
it's
right?
not like that. It's not like that. But I do everything possible to make her happy because I just got married a year ago, and even though down and a financial crisis for us, we had the best time of our life because we really got so close to each other, and we learned so many things about
Oh,
each other. Uh, yeah, can you hear me?
I think we just,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I think I can hear you, but I
Okay,
think can you see me?
I
Can
can,
you
I
hear
can, I
me?
can. Yes,
You
yes,
can, you
yes.
can. Who's your most favorite DJ, Cyrus?
Uh,
Who's your
there are
most favorite
many.
DJ?
There are many. Actually, it's very difficult to pick up one.
Right.
But
Yeah.
internationally renowned, there's Roger Sanchez. Um there's Bob Sinclair. There are so many. I can't even take names. There are so many, and I keep tuning into them. Right now, I'm currently listening to this artist called Low Stepper,
Bobson.
and he
I
plays
know.
some amazing stuff. And Indian DJs, I'm very fond of all of them. Yeah, all the senior DJs, I really look up to them always for inspiration. And DJ Akhtar, Clement,
Okay.
then my
Acha.
mentors, Major C, DJ. I think I've lost.
Hi.
Hi, hi, hi. We're back again.
Hey. Can you hear me now? We're back.
I can, I
We're
can.
back. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay. Great. Back. Yes. I was watching one of your interviews, where you actually hit rock bottom and, like you lost almost everything that you had, in your life. And now you are an inspiration. You are a mentor, to so many people who want to pursue a career in this, in DJing. And really, it takes a lot of courage, Cyrus, to share the darkest phase of your life, with people on a social media platform. And total respect, like absolutely. When I kind of saw that interview, it really, made me feel so. Respectful, like, I'm really, you set an example, set an inspiration. And not only young adults, there are mothers who are also wanting to be DJs, who I'm talking
Yeah.
about. DJ
Yes,
Tapaswari,
yes.
just recently had her
No, no,
first DJ.
I have many, many people at the age of 50,
And
46, 48 learning DJing.
yeah, and also one more thing that really sets you apart is that, how well you take care of your students and encourage them even after they finish, the course, and how you keep on encouraging them and, watch their back and really push them to really strive hard and, more. And that's probably, the greatest thing about you as a DJ and, as a mentor now. So, you know, so you run this academy. So tell us more about this, how you are now a mentor to so many students.
See, in my past life, I could never imagine of being a mentor to anybody because I had a lot of character defects, you know. I was never a disciplined kid at a very young age, right in my early days in school, I was very indisciplined. I was a horrible kid, just to keep it short and sweet, and to hit the nail on the head. I was a horrible, horrible, horrible child, and
It
most of
doesn't
my
matter.
friends were. No, no, it doesn't matter now, but it's a very important thing. It's a very good lesson I've learned in my life. When I used to play sports, I was good, very good at sports, very, very good at sports. I still do play sports at a professional level. I play hockey and football. So, as a sportsman, the one important thing is you need to be very disciplined, you know, and no matter how good you are, you may be the best player in the world, but if you're not disciplined, you're not on the team. And I learned these things the very hard way. So even in school, I was quite a good student. My mom was a teacher, but I never loved studying. I never liked
Yeah.
studying, and I would dress up very untidily to school, a dirty shirt and you know shoes laces not tied, and I would always pull up pranks in class, always mock the teachers, always make fun of students, bully students. You name it, it was all there in the package. You know, all these things really affected my life in a very big way. So when people used to tell me you need to discipline yourself and stuff like that, I used to not care because I was very good at whatever I did, and I didn't care a damn about anybody. But later on in the long run, I was left alone because of all these character defects.
Yeah.
Then when I was, you know, I learned everything the very hard way. There is a lot to it. My drug abuse and alcohol abuse, and how beaten up I was with all these things in my life. And then later on, it's only God's grace that I had the will to live and survive and become a better person. I got rehabilitated, and when I got rehabilitated, I realized, I with all this talent and everything within me, it's of no use because of the usage of drugs and the way I was leading my life. It was a very, very, very bad way, and so it was not only about stopping alcohol and drugs. It was about changing my life in a very different manner. The way I look at things,
Yes.
all these things. So things, the way I talk to people, the way I react to certain things was a very whole new different thing, you know. I changed everything about myself. The time I wake up, the time I sleep, my small habits had to be changed to become a better person. And this made a very big change in my life. Yeah, it changed everything for on another level. Then that's when I opened up a school and all, you know. See, because if your teacher is a characterless person, then what can you teach a student, you know? And anyways, the school had nothing to do with all this. When I changed my life, it took me around 2 years to, you know, get back to all my jobs and sort myself as an artist first. Then, post 2 years, this the whole idea of the school came up very randomly because
Yes.
I needed some young DJs to work with me. I had a lot of opportunities for them then. So
Yes.
I said, why not open a school, you know, and teach some good DJs my kind of music. Hi, Aman. That's Aman Nagpal, a legendary DJ. He's a
Oh,
celebrity DJ.
wow.
Love you, bro. Thanks for tuning in.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so coming back to the topic, when I we had just a few students. Those students were actually utilized by me, and they are still. I still have some of the students from my school who started. My first students who are currently working with me, you know, on a salary. So so a lot of these
Right.
DJs who have learned and trained under me, even though they are not working with me till date, you know, they are always welcome. They can always come to my place, always come to my studio, practice, and if they need any help in terms of, you know, how they need to get more work or what better they can do to change the music scene or whatever, you know, they are always in touch with me, and I always love helping them, you know. It's a great thing for me. I love doing it. So again, I told you, you know, if I love doing something, I'm always there, you know, and I would always oblige.
Yes. Yes, I know she was, It is Tapeshwari was speaking so highly of you. She said he's always there. That's one thing that, he's not, doesn't let go of his students. He's always there to back them up and to really push them to, strive harder. That's such a wonderful sense of accomplishment, no, Cyrus? I mean, apart from,
See, the thing is
apart from any other, yeah,
the thing is when I was in my earlier days of DJing, you know, there was no such kind of platform, and there was nobody who would actually help you. You know, I'm not saying people were bad
right,
or not helpful, but that is how the industry was. You know, you got to really work your ass out, and then you probably get, you know, some kind of platform. So it took me at least 8 years of DJing under different DJs. So I was assistant to various DJs for almost 8 to 9 years in my career, starting up with Akhtar, Remy, Wilbur, Chandu, DJ Ambika, and many others. I worked under them for 8 to 9 years in my career. So after 9 to 10 years was when I actually got my own club residency as the head DJ, and then I had somebody working under me, you know.
yeah,
So to
yeah,
all the upcoming and young DJs who are expecting to get breaks and make easy money, or, you know, get great opportunities, it's not so easy. You have to
yeah,
really work hard, and
yes,
if you don't have the time and patience, then this is not the field for you, unfortunately.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what are your how was the pandemic, like how was the lockdown? I think this is such a industry that probably suffered a lot because of the lockdown. So
See, personally for me, I had a great time in the pandemic. I'll be honest, because before COVID happening, I was so busy. I would barely get time to meet my family. I would barely meet my friends. I have barely visited my locality, you know, and
right,
I feel very disgusted about it because these are the things that are closest to my heart, you know.
yes,
And during the pandemic, there was ample amount of time to catch up with friends and, you know, oh, the phone or whatever it was, you know. So for me, it was good. I really had a great time. I just got married, moved into a new home, and you know, so I had the best time. But when I look at the situation overall for the younger DJs or the guys who are working under me, it was a terrible time. You know, I had people who had taken loans to buy various stuff, bikes or cars or maybe even a house. So my junior staff was suffering terribly because they had no source of income. and
Yeah.
they were not capable of doing anything. So it was a very, very bad time considering all these factors, you know. But now moving forward,
Yeah.
the city had started a few things and clubs had opened up again, but again now New Year and Christmas is messed up. Luckily for
Yeah.
me, I had signed up for
But
a
a little
huge
bit
gig in
is
Goa.
happening.
Now, 11 o'clock is curfew time, so no clubs are actually going to make any sort of business. And
Yeah.
neither are
I
people actually
saw.
going to come out at 7 o'clock
Lovely.
and start dancing.
Yeah. Yes. So someone's written, um, remember one thing, some DJs are lucky and some are Cyrus, very hardworking.
Okay.
It'll be so nice to see all these comments coming from your peers. Cyrus has really come a lot
Yeah.
from a lot of hardships, a lot of respect from my brother. This is Brian. A non-dancer can dance too when it's Cyrus on the stage. Chintan,
Yeah.
we really love you. I mean, like I said, that is your X factor, Cyrus. That you really watch out for others and try to create a world where everybody's looking out for each other. So in that interview, only the interviewer, he asked you that what is that one piece of advice that you will give others, and I think the advice was so apt. I don't know if you remember. I'm sure you remember the advice that you gave. Could you share that with us again today?
See, there are many things, I can advise to people, but the
That
one thing that I
vacuuming one.
continuously, no, no, the one thing I continuously keep saying and this is always, if you ask me this even after 30 years, I'll tell you the same thing. I've trained a lot of DJs, and people have worked under me. So when you learn and you feel you're good enough to go, you can go wherever and you can find work. But there are some DJs who are trying to step on my stomach and take my only job, and these are literally my students who don't know shit about DJing, and I've taught them from A to Z, from scratch.
Correct.
These are the people who have tried and taken my contracts and my work. So, see, it doesn't matter because there is ample amount of work, and when you're very capable, work will never be, you'll never be short of work. But it feels very disgusting, when you take people from anywhere, randomly pick them up and they come up to you and ask for help. When you help them with all your heart,
Yeah.
in terms of giving them a platform, teaching them the skill, everything from A to Z, everything, and then they come and take up your work, and then that is I'm a very emotional person,
Yeah.
when things like this happen, they disturb me to another level. So this has happened with a few people. I don't want to mention names because
Right.
then that will become a different episode altogether.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not a person who likes to talk about all these things, but I just to anybody and everybody in any field of work, when somebody teaches you and somebody gives you an opportunity, if you see a better opportunity away, you can go and take it, but don't take it up where the person who has taught you, you're throwing that person out. So this is
So
one
true.
thing I've never done because I've worked under 8, 9 big diggers DJs, and
Yeah.
even I've been given the opportunity to take their work, but I've never done it
Yeah.
because it's a
Wonderful.
small industry. It's a small industry, and you can never cheat anybody. All these things come back to you someday or the other. So this is the one reason I think God is very grateful, and even my senior peers are very, very grateful, and they love me even till date, and they have loads of respect for me because they know what kind of a person I am and what they have made me. So I'm very, very grateful to all my gurus, all my senior DJs who have taught me so much they've taught me how to be human. That's the most important thing.
That's
Forget DJing and mixing and skills and all these things. The old school people, that kind of generation has taught you the best. They've taught you everything right. And I also try to bestow upon the youngsters and my
and
students whatever I can in being a good person and being a good human being and also then being a good musician.
so they are like
So
they're
this
on.
is
Yeah. Yeah. Please continue.
So this is just the bottom one line I have. Don't try to overstep your senior or don't take his job. That's the least you can do.
Absolutely. And your students are also supporting, each other, which is so wonderful to see
Yeah,
that
yeah.
when one is playing at a club, the others are there to support. They're
This is the
always
biggest thing. This is the biggest thing that for me, this is my biggest, accomplishment, or you can say the biggest gift I can ever get from anybody. So when one of my students is performing at one club, we have at least 20, 30 other students going to support. So this is, I have no, I have done nothing to create this kind of a vibe. I
okay.
just guess the whole atmosphere in school is so nice that this thing has just been created by itself. So I have
Great.
not forced my students, okay, if somebody is
Okay.
performing there, you go and support them. I have never told this to any of my students, but this happens very naturally. So it just
Wonderful.
shows that, when the atmosphere in the school is so nice,
Yes.
it just creates a great vibe here. Amazing.
Have you ever thought of making music? Like, creating music?
See, production has never been my forte. Sitting behind a computer and doing something in the room is not my scene here. I would always like to be in front of an audience and do stuff live and impress people there. So production has never been my thing. I've never had an interest for softwares and stuff like that. For me, it is always there, right in front of your face and doing stuff there. That's
I
my thing.
We could see you dance also, Cyrus, but I think
Yeah.
we'll wait till you perform somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Great, you're performing in. I mean, you're playing at in New York, in Goa for New Year's, right?
Yeah.
So there's curfew.
Sorry? No,
There
no,
there is
no.
no
There's no curfew.
curfew.
No curfew. And I hope there is no curfew.
I know
You may
because
never know, yeah. You may never know. The government is mad, yeah.
yeah.
And
No, no,
the
I'm sure
the whole I
you're
just I just feel this whole night curfew thing in Bombay is so stupid. It just doesn't make sense to me. And then I've heard people saying Corona 11 बजे के बाद आता है 6 बजे तक सबरी में रहता है. So it's
younger
very stupid. I find it very very strange. In fact, the government should realize that they're going to lose a lot of revenue because of this. Because see, pubs, bars, restaurants serve alcohol, and that in return is being paid back to the government in form of excise duty. So this is a huge loss. I don't see this, helping the people in any way by shutting restaurants and pubs.
actually they should just maintain the precautionary measures and like try to kind of help people in that aspect rather than curbing. But got to go with the law of the land. What to do?
I guess, yeah. I was lucky enough to head to Goa, and hopefully we won't have any problems there.
Yes, yes, hopefully, yes. So finally, we get to party with DJ Cyrus, and it's time for you to play a little piece for us. If no, I'm saying that finally, I'm telling the friends that it's time to party with DJ Cyrus. Finally, the time has come, and we
Okay.
request a little bit. This was
Okay.
something that blew my mind, Cyrus. First of
Okay, I'll
all,
do a small bit for you guys, right? Just one track, and then
yeah,
and then we'll continue.
yes,
I'm going to ask my
go
wife
ahead.
to help me a little bit, all right? That's
Of
okay.
course, please.
Okay,
DJ
can you
Cyrus,
guys hear me?
we're in the studio now.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. Bring the phone a little close. One small piece, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, to all my dear friends and everybody who's tuned in, I'd like to wish
Thank
you a Merry Christmas and greetings of this lovely season. And I hope we can bring in a brand new 2021 with a lot more positivity and loads
Well
of
said.
work
Absolutely.
and great opportunities for everybody. These are my best wishes.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. You said it so well. Totally forget. I didn't really
Yeah.
need to say anything, and you really, to our request. I know it must have been great effort for you. Thank you so much, Cyrus. And we wish you all the best and congratulations on your first anniversary, which is about to, I think, come or it's gone. But
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. There's time.
great. Happy New Year to you and thank you so much. Wishing you the best.
Was
And
a pleasure. Was
hope
a pleasure speaking. Thank you so much.
wish you a lot of success and lots and lots of, all your dreams may come true. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Cheers. Bye
Okay.
bye. Take care,
Bye
everybody.
bye.